Joining me right now is AccuWeather flooding expert Alex Sosnowski. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And let's get right to it because we're already seeing the heavy rainfall out there right now.
Yes, Ariella, if you go to the radar here, we can see that obviously the main focus is going to be on the severe weather during the day today into the first part of tonight. Lots of tornadoes likely going to be spawned with this. And it may seem like for an instant that the flash flooding might be overdone. Our concerns for flash flooding might be overdone as this line is progressive. However, if we go to the moisture loop, we'll see that this is a forecast moisture loop. You can see there's a plume coming out of the Caribbean, and that extends all the way across the Mississippi Valley. And you're looking at several days of this going on. So the thunderstorms you're seeing today are going to stall across the Ohio and mid-Mississippi valleys. If you go to the next map here, you'll see that there's a high pressure area here kind of blocking everything. And then we have that atmospheric river that sets up. This is going to behave like several tropical storms passing over the same area, if you're not familiar with that term, atmospheric river. And the end result is going to be probably 3 to 4 months worth of rain in some locations. Each one of these rounds, we think there's going to be 3 to 4 rounds of intense rainfall that fall over pretty much the same area. That'll result in a month's worth of rain each one. And cumulatively, you're then looking at 8 to 16 inches of rain over a large swath of the Ohio Valley extending toward the Ozarks. And local amounts here can exceed 20 inches of rain, all coming in 4 to 5 days. That's not going to sit well with the streams. There's going to be dangerous flash flooding. We're probably looking at flash flood emergencies, as Bernie Rayno said earlier. And it's just going to continue to escalate from there. We're going to end up with significant river flooding. I think we're going to have major flooding on the Ohio rivers with this. If you can go to that
Alex, let me just pause
map
you
that
for
shows
a second,
the intensity of what we're expecting with this, Ari.
Yeah.
We can see how intense that this is going to be here. We're looking at this is just about as bad as it can get. We're looking at extreme dangers here, flash flooding dangers anticipated here from the Ozarks to the Ohio Valley. And if this really overlaps over the same small area, which is possible, we could have a catastrophic flooding event here. A very dangerous situation could evolve. If they end up being a little more in different spots, it may be more on the high end, but still there's going to be significant flooding even with that lesser scenario. I also like to take a look at some of the National Weather Service river gauge forecasts. Now, yesterday, these are pretty much not really showing much of any indication of flooding in this zone at all. And now they're starting to capture this rain event. They're starting to come in line here. And I think this is going to continue to escalate. So if you rely on these gauges to base your information on and your decision making, this is probably going to continue to escalate. Those red areas on there right now are indicating moderate flooding. It's probably going to go to major flooding in a lot of those places there along the Ohio and mid-Mississippi basins with this event. There hasn't been much media coverage at all here on the flooding event. Rightfully so, there's been focus on the tornadoes, and that's a very dangerous situation coming up. But there's been very little information out here on the flash flooding except for AccuWeather. We started talking about this last week on the channel and our news story sources here, and also our long-range guys and gals looking at this very intensely. So keep it here. We're going to have a lot more information on this over the next few days as this unfolds into the weekend.
All right, AccuWeather flooding expert Alex Sosnowski, thank you so much again for joining us. You can also see Alex and his work on AccuWeather.com.